We are on our trusty old Ducati Multistrada 1000 DS 2003 model, and we're on our way to my mate Ian, who's got the 2013 Ducati Multistrada, and actually one of my favorite models of all time, the Pikes Peak. And after the really well received episode we did on the Moto Guzzi V7 decade apart special, we thought we'd do a decade apart to show you the technology advances in the Ducati Multistrada after 10 years. Right, here we are. On my right, the 2003 Ducati Multistrada 1000 DS launch model, and on my left we have the 2013 Ducati Multistrada 1200S Pikes Peak. 2013, 2003, 10 years apart. Now, the bike on my right you should recognize. We've done an episode on this before where we shared with you how she spent her last 18 years commuting daily and been in every province in this country, all 9 provinces, on tours, as well as racetracks like Kyalami, and we even went down the road and I've got 2 pins in my shoulder from her. Now, if you haven't seen that episode, we will blend her in at the end. And just to recap, the first Multistrada concept was shown to the public in 2001 Milan Motor Show, and it is a design by the South African Pieter Blanche. So it was super successful, called Multistrada, multi-street and all-purpose bike, adventure bike, the first for Ducati. And now here we are in 2021. In another 2 years, this model will have enjoyed 20 years of success and still going from strength to strength. Started off as a simple 1000cc air-cooled, and today it is already on the V4, like the V4 Superbike Ducati. Now, the 2013 is still on the old twin Panigale motor, and that's why these two are the two correct ones to compare. Both are twins, one liquid cooled, one air cooled. So let's just go into the specs between the two and see where they are the same and how they have changed over the past 10 years. Starting with the motor. On the original one, you have a derivative, or the final derivative of the original Panther motor, air cooled, and this is a 1000cc. The exact is 992cc, a 90-degree L twin air-cooled 4 valves per cylinder, so 992cc. Now, appropriately, the Pikes Peak in 2013 had the last of the twins, but also the last of the liquid-cooled twins. It was the Panigale motor, and exact cc is 1198cc, 4 valves per cylinder, also a 90-degree L twin, and the last of the twins liquid-cooled, pretty much the last of the air-cooled twins. And the original one goes through a dry clutch, final drive chain. The Pikes Peak goes through a wet clutch, final drive chain. Both have retained the single-sided swing arm, but you will see the era of the original Multistrada was the 916 outgoing 996, so it has the underseat exhausts at the back. Now, by the time the Panigale was around, the exhausts were down at the bottom of the fairing, so that has the exhaust lower down. Really nice, being the performance model, the Terminoni pipes. Going up, seat height. The original seat height on this one was 820 millimeters, and the new one is 850 millimeters. So it's just about an inch, 30 millimeters, not much in height. The wheelbase went from 1462 to 1530, so also a little bit different. The wheels stayed the same at 17-inch front and rear, shod with a 120 and a 190, so pretty much the same on that front. Petrol tanks, both of them run a 20-liter petrol tank. Up in the cockpit, the old one has a mix of analog and an LCD display. The new one is the full LCD TFT display, so next level modern. That is what a decade does. The brakes, the original one is bolted directly to the rim. That has been changed, and now it has a disc carrier. Both are still running the 320 millimeter double disc in front. However, your calipers, Brembo, now a decade later, much more powerful, far superior than the old one. Now, to the important stats, what is so impressive between these two bikes. This bike being a 992cc, 1198, so 200cc difference. However, the horsepower is massive. you start here originally on 86 horsepower. This one, 200cc more, you're running 150 horsepower. And you would think, yeah, okay, it's much heavier. However, this being the Pikes Peak, just adorned with a lot of carbon, natural parts, even the carbon Turbononi exhaust. It's got the livery of the MotoGP bikes, just looks the part, but 6 kilos weight difference. The original one is 188 kilos. This is a mere 194 kilograms. So for 6 kilograms extra, you get a liquid cooled 1198 with 150 horsepower versus 86 horsepower. The torque curve went from 87 Newton meters and it is now 124 Newton meters. So those specs really tell you where technology went in a decade. Really, for a mere 6 kilograms more, you get twice the bike. It's really awesome to see these two bikes out here side by side and having a look how technology races ahead and how far they've come in 10 years. And then we realized that this beautiful Pikes Peak is actually 8 years old already. So the Multistrada is already on the V4. So where's the story going to end? Where's this race for technology going to end? What bikes are we going to be riding in 10 years from now? Please remember to click like and subscribe and follow us on Route 21 for more adventures.